the offense tonight, the inability to get into the end zone?
Especially early, we had self-inflicted wounds on early downs, like took negative yardage on early downs. I thought we were able to move the ball, especially on the ground. But we have false start or a misread where we keep it instead of give it, and you take a negative yardage play. Now you got third and long. And those are hard to get, especially against a talented team.
Obviously, playing a very good Oregon team. Just kind of assess Ryan Brown from last week to this week.
Yeah, there were some mistakes early. I thought he played hard. I thought he operated the offense well. But did he play perfect? No, absolutely he didn't. You know what I mean? And some of the plays that he made a week ago just weren't able to make those type of plays because of the type of opponent we're playing. But he'll grow. Obviously, he's a redshirt freshman in his second start. Obviously disappointed with the atmosphere of the game and all that was available from an opportunity standpoint. I thought again our fans showed up and showed out. It was a beautiful night and a beautiful stage to do something special. And I'm just disappointed we weren't able to get that done.
What's the plan for the bye week?
We got to give them tomorrow off because of the short week. We'll get in on Sunday, put the game to bed, and watch the tape. We'll practice early next week to get a jump start on Northwestern and add some new wrinkles here and there on offense and defense. And then at the end of the week, we'll get out on the road recruiting.
What was Hudson's status by the end of the week? Was he not cleared at all? Was he not cleared in time to get ready for?
Yeah, just not cleared in time. He wasn't in the full clearance of the protocol. He's doing fine now though, and so expect him to be available next time we play.
And do you see that as a two-quarterback situation still, or is that a decision that has to be made?
We gotta let's get through the week and we'll evaluate it.
You talked earlier this week about the process that you went through to get to where you were calling plays. Was the offensive playbook more open this week? Are you adding things, and is that going to, I guess, continue that way?
Yeah, we'll continue to add wrinkles as we go. Based on what our opponent presents as maybe things that we can try to attack or exploit. We get C.J. Smith back next week. I think that'll be huge for us. We just got to continue to execute, man. Like I said, I thought we were able to move the ball when we were clean. Just couldn't convert on some of the third and longers, and definitely can't take negative yardage plays on early downs.
Ryan, second game calling the plays on offense. Did it feel more smooth? Did it feel more natural? Kind of how do you evaluate yourself in that aspect tonight?
Yeah, I felt comfortable and being able to get to calls that I wanted to get to. I'll continue to get better. I'm very thankful for the offensive staff and some of the ideas that they're presenting and the communication on game day. But we had 0 points today, so obviously didn't do a good job.
And then Corey Stewart went down late. I know late in the game. Any idea if
I think he's
severity?
okay. Yeah, I think he's okay.
After some of the losses you've had this year, how do you convince your players to just keep buying in, trust the process, and move forward?
I haven't needed to beg them to continue to play or continue to be bought in. I think when you have failures, you need to be able to point to why you failed and come up with solutions on how to improve. I think when you can do that and point at something tangible, it gives a sense of hope and an explanation on how to get better. We got a group of guys that are prideful and want to go compete and want to go play. So we're not having to beg them to go prepare, go practice, or go play.
Do you think you have the right answers on offense right now, or are you still searching?
You know, obviously, like we had an explosive output last week against a really good opponent. We just played the number 2 team in the country. You know, we got a lot of young guys that are playing as well, and you know, like I said, we were able to move the ball. It's just we were on third down, 4-12 on third down, and we took negative yardage plays early. You know what I mean? So I think we got the pieces. I think you know, we'll come up with more answers as we go and to diversify what we're doing, especially in the throw game, and we'll continue to improve.
Yeah, Ryan, just the slow starts continue. I think just 7 points in the first quarter. I don't think you scored in the first quarter the last 5 games. I mean, I don't seem like we talk about it every week, but I guess you always wonder, is there a solution to it?
I mean, you got to execute. Like the first drive, we were moving the ball, and then you know we had a false start, and now all of a sudden you're behind the chains. You can't do that when you're trying to start a drive. So you know we'll continue to look at it as a staff and continue to emphasize the importance of starting fast. But you can't take negative yardage plays. You can't have penalties on opening drives.
Then Nyland Green was out tonight. Can you elaborate at all? Was his foot acting up again? And
No, it's not his foot. No, he had a pretty significant injury, and his status is kind of up in the air right now.
for the rest of the year.
I'm not sure. We'll see.
Ryan, when it comes to some of the pre-snap penalties, how do you guys go about fixing those?
Yeah, well, I think the part of the issue tonight was some of the snap operations. We were doing a lot of shifting and moving, and so they were communicating a lot, and so maybe we look at how our cadence is and how we can sort of clean that up to not go on the defensive sound. I think that was what was getting us tonight.
Obviously, Ryan has sparked your running game a bit, but where is he as a drop-back passer in terms of his capabilities of completing the offense, so to speak?
I thought he dropped back passed really well a week ago. There was a number of reasons why the drop back game sort of wasn't there tonight. Whether it was the time he had or the people being open. And again, he's a redshirt freshman in his second start. So there's going to be a learning curve there. I know he had a great week a week ago. But he's still a redshirt freshman, and he'll continue to improve.
That bye-week timeline that you laid out before, have the circumstances changed at all, what you're trying to accomplish in that week as opposed to what maybe you would have planned to do in that week?
In terms of why would the circumstances
Anything you're
change?
addressing or the time you're spending at different things, I don't know.
I mean, we're going to stick to our process. I'm confused why we would change our process.
I'm just asking if it would be different than what you would have done in another off week. I don't.
No, it's a bye week. We'll stick to our bye week plan.